So interesting things about risk. If you don't know some definitions about risk, let's plop this up there so it's here, is on your notes. Someone asked me before, when do I risk? It's a very easy question. You risk when you're unhappy. Plain and simple. Next question is, what's risking? Risking by definition is letting go of what you know to be true. Letting go of what you know probably already works. Now, what it may give you is mediocrity, but it still works. So risking is letting go of what you know to go towards something of greater value. To go towards something of greater value. If you just let go, that's sacrificing. So risking is inherently important. But there's two things about risking that we got to deal with. The inherent outcome of risk. The inherent outcome of risk means this. You can either take a risk and achieve what you wanted or gain a lesson. You can also take a look at, from a risk standpoint, maybe a different way you look at it is, I won. I succeeded. I did it. Or, because if you look at it as I won, what's the flip side of winning? It's the opposite of winning. Losing. So, when we take risks, how many of us in this room may not be good risk takers because we fear failure? It's actually one of the things that holds us back more than anything else in our risk taking. So your perception of failure is huge. Now, growth mindset individuals, they're not afraid of failure. Think about it for a second. Growth mindset individuals say, I want this. Because I want this, I have to get good at this. Well, to get good at it, I got to try. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give it a shot. And they try it. And it doesn't work out. They don't say, oh, woe is me. That was embarrassing. They do is they turn around and say, what could I have done better? Try it again. Got it. Any better? Nope. Try this one. Got it. Any better? It's called risk taking. It's called role playing sometimes. But your fixed mindset individual will look at it and go, yeah, but if I do that, it may not come out right. I may not win. Yeah, that may be true, but then you're going to get a lesson. Yeah, I know, but it's going to feel it's not right. So all of a sudden, their fear is they're going to look not like what their outcome was in terms of success. So the fear of failure actually impacts their ability to be a very, very strong risk taker. So you got to get better. And you got to look at some different lenses that you have. You got to have the capacity to look at some different things that you want to do in terms of your risk taking. You know, these two things have popped up, and you may want to write them down, and it's interesting. Fixed mindset individuals, if they try something, make a cold call. Maybe they try to do an upfront contract. Maybe they're negotiating. Maybe it's something, whatever. They give it a shot. A fixed mindset person will say, I am a failure because I couldn't do that. I'm a failure because I couldn't be successful at the phone call. I'm a failure because I didn't figure this thing out in role plays. I'm a failure because. Yet a growth mindset individual will say something very different. They will say, I failed at. I'd love for you to write those words down because it is a massive difference in perception. Do you believe you're a failure because I am a failure because ... Or do you believe I failed at? Did you fail at an activity that's not a pronoun? Another way of looking at it is it's a pronoun problem. So you got to look at how you look at failure and risk-taking. You know, I'm 6'5", and when I have my little ones, and I'm sure you all have the same thing with your little ones, trying to teach them how to ride a bicycle. Now, when you're 5'5", it's a hell of a lot easier to run and hold a bicycle way down here. So have you ever seen like a giraffe that's been like wounded, right? It ain't pretty. So you're running like this, doing the best you can. And as I'm running, I'm holding the back of my son's seat, just like all of you do. And you're whispering in his ear, you're doing great, believe, pedal, straight, pedal, doing great, go, you're the man. And you run with him. And he's like, yeah! It's all giddy. Then horror happens, right? You start to slowly let go of the seat, but you're running with him so he doesn't know. Now, again, it could be easy for you, but try it in the hotel room on your own tonight. Squat down where your butt's about 3 inches off the ground for you. and then try to run the length of the room, right? I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. So all of a sudden, you let go and I start to slow down, not because I didn't have the desire, just I'm not running that far. And as it starts to happen, same thing happened to my son, happened to yours, which is what? What happens? The second they know you're not behind them anymore, bam! Right? You can see it happening. They're looking this way, they're looking that way, and they go, where are you? Next thing you know, the wheel's doing this, then bam! And you clap. Look how far you came. Oh, that was great. And they're sitting on the curb crying. What the hell's wrong with you, Dad? Couldn't we done this on the front lawn, right? So you learn that after your second child, apparently. So when he gets up and I convince him, it's okay, buddy, you can do this. Listen, you're gonna fall down, but every time you fall down, you can learn how to get back on the bike and ride straight again. Don't we convince our kids to get back on the bike, right? Yes. And then they get back on the bike and they ride, and they finally can actually ride on their own. And they feel independent. They feel like a big boy and a big girl. It's phenomenal. Then you go to work the next day, and you take a risk, and it doesn't work out. And what do? You sit on the curb like they did, and you suck your thumb and cry. What the hell happened? So when you're riding your bike at work and you fall off, are you wimping out? Or are you getting back on the bike again? Are you following your own direction? How are you at taking risks? Are you letting go to something greater, or are you protecting what you got? How are you at risk taking?